So good morning. We're here for gentle yoga, and I'm Gloria, of course. And this morning, it was actually in my car on a local radio station. One of the DJs shared this quote, and I thought it was just so perfect. It's so perfect for our state of the world and our state of mind, and how what we focus on can really change our experience. So that's true for yoga, it's true for life. I think this quote's been attributed to Abraham Lincoln, but I don't know if that is true. But he may have said something like this: "We complain because rose bushes have thorns," or "rejoice because thorn bushes have roses." We complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. So I'm going to invite us today to any of the places that feel thorny in your life, whether it's in your body, out there in the world. There's obviously lots of thorns going on right now. Can we look at it as a thorn bush with roses? And to do that, it's often looking for the places of gratitude, even for the small things. And maybe it's buds, not full roses yet. Maybe there are buds on your bush. So I'm going to invite you to consider that as we move into our practice today. Just to notice the thorns. We're not trying to ignore them, but also to not be so attached to them, to know that they're part of our human experience, and that we can also look for the beauty in things. We can also look for the possibility in things, that possibility in the bud. So join me on the mat today. Make sure everyone's muted. And if sitting on the floor is not super comfortable for your hips and knees, feel free to sit on a pillow or sit up on your blocks, or even sit in a chair for this part of our practice. We're just going to do a little bit of seated tuning in today, a little bit of movement, and then we'll get more into some organic movement today, again, to kind of thaw out the bodies and loosen up the joints and get into that space of juiciness and possibility. So first, finding a comfortable seat. That could be propping your legs somehow. I like to actually use a blanket to support my knees and ankles. And give those shoulders a roll up and back and down. Taking a nice big deep breath in. And a full sigh out, breath out. Let it be audible. Let something go from the world that you don't need. Nice big breath in. And sigh it out. And one more. Good. Let the head tip to one side, just letting the weight of the head create the stretch for the neck and the upper back. And coming back to center, and exhaling the other way, just noticing. So right here, you might bump up against a thorn, like, oh boy, I've got a knot in my shoulder. So how can we look for the bud, the rose? Where is possibility of more space? And go again to the other side. Again, just noticing where we bump up against resistance. And this is okay, this is natural. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Last time, going the other way. And just relaxing the jaw, letting the head create the stretch. No forcing. And come back to middle. And then dropping chin towards the chest. So we're just starting with the neck today. And then letting chin come up towards the ceiling. No big crunch for the neck, just nice and easy. Going back and forth today. As we start to loosen up the throat, the jaw. And in our energy anatomy, this is the 5th chakra, the throat. Place of clear communication, clear manifestation. So making room here. Plus, we're stimulating thyroid and parathyroid glands in the throat. Always a good thing. Balance our body chemistry. And the next time you're through the middle, pause. Really find the center that's neither left nor right. We're going to do some cats and cows here. We usually do these on hands and knees, but we're going to do them sitting today. So hang backward, pull the belly button in, tuck the chin. We're rounding the back towards the back wall. And then pressing down through sits bones, puffing out the heart, letting the head rise. So going back and forth. Again, noticing how's the spine doing today. Compassionate, curious. One more. And this time as we're up, pause, get long. And notice, could you be neither cat nor cow? Could you kind of discern where that middle line is inside you? So we're going to take a big sun breath up now. Really reach and twinkle up there. Gather some sparkles, some light, some energy. And coming down through cactus, arms, elbows in line with shoulders. So really opening heart and chest. You'll feel those wings on your back. Now bring hands behind you. Oh, and sunbathe, little baby back bend here, puffing out the chest and heart. Let out a sigh out breath again, an audible sigh out breath. It helps to let out stress. Good. And coming back to center, big inhale up. This time we're going to go to one side. Let the lower arm be of support. Just tipping over. Rolling heart towards the sky and gaze towards the sky. Let's let this top wrist and hand do a little twizzle. There might be some thorny things there too. Could we make some space for buds, like something that wants to grow out of the earth here this spring? And then coming on up, floating that arm down. Enjoy the ride. There might be some tingling or warmth, sensation. Just noticing the difference between left and right sides. Enjoying that. And then inhale up. Twinkle. Then going to the other side. Lower hand is of support. Top arm reaching over. So resist the temptation to round down in an effort to get further over. Instead, think up and out. Keeping sits bones grounded. Rolling ribs towards the sky. Gaze towards the sky. And then let's take this top wrist and hand, could be little fists, and then, get many snap, crackle, pops out today. And now inhaling up, exhaling, floating your way down. Keep those shoulders a roll up and back and down. Nice. So we're going to uncross these legs and get them out in front. Give them a little shake out. In fact, let's do a little meat tenderizing. A little slap with your hands on the meaty parts. It could be little karate chops or fists, loose fists, or it could be just slap palms. Slap all the way up to the hip and the big muscle of the thigh, maybe around on the low back. Yeah, a little self-massage today. And down the other side, karate chops or slaps. Literally a little meat tenderizing today. Yeah, go all the way down the leg. Oh, excellent. Sweep energetically. Anything off, flick it off. Oh, good. And pause for a moment. Just noticing how you feel. Oh, how even the simplest things can start to help shift us physically, emotionally. So we're going to do some hip openers down here this morning. So take your right foot, pick it up. We're going to put it in our left hand. And your right hand can help hold this outer knee. I'm going to do a little bit of rocking here. So rocking this right leg. Again, you could hold differently if you want to hold it more like a baby and really hug it in, get a little more of a stretch, or keep it further away for a little less sensation in the hip or the knee. So again, you finding what works for you this morning. We're also getting a little butt massage. Yeah, so just noticing that on the earth. Nice, and then stretching it out. Pause for a moment to notice difference between left and right. Maybe even bring your feet together. See if your right heel is longer than your left. Mine's about 1/4 inch longer. So we'll even it out. So again, simple but effective. We start to open this whole chain of energy and muscles through the legs. So we are going to do the other side. So we're holding the left foot and left knee and doing some rocking. Here, remember, further away is less of a stretch. Closer in is more of a stretch. You'll feel it more through this outer thigh. Good. Breathing, noticing. Where's the bud in the rose, even in what might be a thorny hip? Yeah, could enjoy the butt massage. Excellent. And then coming down. Now bring your soles of feet together. So this is our bound angle pose in yoga, and it's also a good place for blocks, especially if you've got any knee or hip issues. Just propping calves or knees, just to take a little bit of pressure off the groin or off the knees here. So holding on to the ankles, puff out again, sitting up tall, pressing down through sits bones, inhaling. Exhaling, hanging backwards, our cat back, rounding backwards. So similar to what we did before, but now we've got more openness to the upper back as you hang through the arms there. Go back and forth a few times. So your inhale is you're rising up and expanding. Your exhale is you're folding in. And feeling how the pelvis moves, the belly, the chest, the ribs, the shoulders, the head. Good. Next time that you are up, you're just going to stay, breathe as you need to. Let elbows come out towards knees and hinge forward. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just notice where you bump up against sensation. Again, no need to force, nothing to prove. We're going to do an interesting little variation here. I'm going to invite you to just take your hands, little teepee fingers, out on the mat and spider them forward. Just to wherever they go. And now round the head, round the upper back. Taking a dive in, looking into this diamond pose, into this jewel. Know where to get to. Hello, hips. Hello, inner thighs. And then looking forward, I'm going to do a slightly different variation, which is turning palms face up. And now relaxing the elbows more. Really diving in.
So this is a gesture of letting go, of surrender, of really laying down our challenges, our problems, those thorny bushes, especially when they feel too big for us to handle ourselves. Surrender it and give it up to the divine. Relaxing the jaw, softening those fingers, softening the grasp on any particular outcome. And now turning palms over, slide your way back up. Take your time. Shoulders back and down. Maybe pausing here. Just close your eyes for a moment. Noticing the after effects. The bound angle pose. Good. And opening the eyes. We're not even going to ask these inner thighs to work yet. We're going to let the hands help close up these legs like a book. Great. And go ahead and shake them out. Good. Point and flex a few times. Roll through ankles. Windshield wiper. Feet. And we are going to come on over onto hands and knees. I'm a big proponent of comfort for knees. So if you're needing extra support under your knees, you might like to use a folded blanket or towel, double up your mat. If you've got a little extra piece of mat, that can be really useful sometimes too. So join me in table pose, hands and knees. Hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips. And we're gonna round the back towards the ceiling, tuck the chin, pull the pelvis forward. That's our cat pose. And inhale, looking forward, cow pose. Go back and forth here a number of times. Now feeling the structure of the arms and legs as the support for this movement of the spine. Good, and then coming to the middle, we're going to do a little more organic movement now. So letting knees come out wider and hands come out wider and further forward. So this whole table is a little wider on its legs. We're going to loop down through hips now. Take it around, circles, breathing your way. And again, this can be as subtle a movement as you like, or as large, deep a movement as you like. Go the other direction. Yes, easing out through the low body. Just being in our animal bodies here. Our animals know how to move. You guys have some dogs and cats there. They totally know how to move, stretch. And then pausing in puppy stretch. Buttocks in the air, head towards the mat. Relaxing the heart, long back. So how much could you melt the heart? And once again, we have the head below the heart here. So this is a subtle inversion. Good place for surrender, releasing your agenda, your worry, your judgment, so that we can be more in the wisdom of our heart today. Excellent. And then coming back up to all fours. So walk those knees in. We're going to do threading the needle pose, and we're going to do this as a moving pose first, and then we'll hang out in it. So this is a great shoulder releaser. It is a twist. So bring a right hand a little closer to center. Sweep left arm up. So we're already spinning. Spine is on the spit. And then thread this free arm through the space between your knee and your hand, and we're bringing the shoulder towards the earth, peeking to the side. And then press into the hand that's on the earth. And we're freeing up this wing and reaching up. And then threading it through. So continue. We're going to breathe it up and down a few times. Just finding this twisting motion. So it's almost like a half puppy when we're down here, except we've added a twist. Yeah, one more. Next time you're down, let's let this shoulder come to the earth, side of the head come to the earth. Walk the opposite hand all the way out to the front of the mat. So you're peeking under your underarm. Breathing. Broadness in the shoulders, and particularly behind that bottom shoulder blade. This is great for those computer shoulders. And now, taking the front hand, moving it towards you, towards your nose on the mat. And then unthread. Coming back to table. Pause for a moment. Maybe noticing the difference between left and right. Maybe the body naturally wants to do a cat and cow and follow that instinct to reintegrate. Great, and we'll do the other side. So, left hand a little closer to center, right arm wings out, or whichever side you didn't do before. Feeling your spine on the spit or spinning open, reaching to the sky. And now diving in, maybe hovering here so that we can press into the hand and unfurl and free up this wing again. And go back and forth, threading the needle on this side. Your breath, your timing. Yes. This be the last reaching up. Now we're going to thread this arm through and leave it there, bringing head to the earth, shoulder to the earth. And by the way, if the head doesn't come all the way down, you just want to make a little block or a pillow as a landing pad there so you can stay a little higher. Breathing through the back, shoulders, really walking this front hand way out in front and peeking under your underarm. And now, drawing this front hand near your nose on the mat. Press your way up and unthread. Oh. Close your eyes. Follow your body's instinct. Does it want a circle? Does it want a cat and cow? Does it want a little counter pose? Just notice. No right or wrong. No permission to follow your body's inner wisdom right now. Good. And then all meeting in table pose. Spread those hands wide. We're going to tuck those toes under and get off these knees by pressing the buttocks up. Legs do not have to be straight. In fact, keep those knees bent. Press the belly towards the thighs so the weight's going backward towards the feet, and head comes between the upper arms. So not looking forward or backward, just neutral. You might like to gaze towards your feet and just see if you can see your heels. If you can see your heels, your legs must be a little twisted. You want to be able to not see your heels. They should be right behind your feet. Good. And now walk the feet wider. Walk the hands backward until the weight comes into the feet. Put elbows on thighs. Support yourself here for a moment. Just pausing, maybe hands in prayer palms as the elbows are on thighs. And now press into the feet. And we're going to inhale some breath up. So take your time. Let the arms gather. And come all the way up. Twinkling once again up there. And then hands to prayer palms. Let's just bring all of that right down in front of our heart. And notice what it's like to stand on your own 2 feet. We made our way up. One hand to belly, one hand to heart. Noticing where the breath is, where the heartbeat is. What may have opened or unraveled so far, lengthened or strengthened. And releasing. Beautiful. So let's walk those feet in now to hip distance apart. And remember, the hip distance we're talking about is not hip meat out here, but actually hip bones, where the leg bones come right into the pelvis. And so that's the distance. And take a look down at your feet. For those of us who tend to pronate our feet, I know from years of dance and figure skating stuff, I tend to turn my feet out. So truly parallel feet almost feels a little pigeon-toed. You may actually want to look down and really make the inner part of your feet parallel. Good. So this is our good solid base for a lot of our standing poses. So soft knees now. Here, really feel your weight into those feet. Tuck your tail, so it's a little zip of imaginary jeans and sending a dragon tail down. Good. Now inhaling up. Reaching but dropping shoulders into shoulder blades. Send your awareness down through the feet and up through the crown of the head. And this is mountain pose. It's the basic standing pose in yoga. The longer we hang out here, the more it's about energy. You're welcome to soften elbows if it's better for shoulders. Maybe you're more of a chalice cup or goddess here. Maybe you want to come down to cactus version with that broad chest, broad heart, broad shoulders. And now coming all the way down. Oh, giving those shoulders a roll, feeling your stability, your groundedness. So from there, let's inhale up, taking hands to prayer palms or interlacing them. I like to kind of interlace my fingers and cross my thumbs there. So I've got that hold at the top and drop shoulders into shoulder blades. Micro bend in the knees, zip up your imaginary jeans. We're going to press hips one way and a tip reach and stretch the other way. Half moon. Again, not leaning forward, just going in a two-dimensional plane. Inhaling up and exhaling other way. Your head is just framed by your arms. So it doesn't have to twist or do anything else weird. Just staying in that same relationship. And go again. Inhale up, exhale other way. We're keeping lower body tucked underneath. Hip press is your counterweight. Coming up to center, exhaling side. So our ability to stay grounded yet flexible. Coming back to center. Let's swan dive forward now. Over these legs. You can drape. You can let the hands come to the earth. You could shake them out. You can stay higher with elbows on thighs if you don't want to go so low. This is also a good place for blocks if you want to use your blocks for support. So your hands have some landing pads here. What could you melt? Now press into those feet. We're going to uncurl, tuck the tail. We're rolling through a cat back, unfurling like one of those fiddlehead ferns that uncurls in a logarithmic spiral. Head is last. And exhaling shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Oh. So we're going to add now to our little half moon series. So nice big inhale up. Interlacing hands, dropping shoulders into shoulder blades. Exhale, half moon to the side. Using abdominals and back muscles. Inhale up. And exhale, half moon to the other side. Inhaling up. In center, exhale backward over the high bar. Doesn't have to be far, just gazing to where you're pointing. Inhale up. and swan dive forward. All the way down over these legs. Looking through the space between your legs. So looking at the world from a new perspective, could we see the thorn bush with roses rather than the rose bush with thorns? And slowly uncurl. Beautiful. Nice job. So, let me do a little more for shoulders. I recently learned a new way to get into the top half of the eagle pose, which I want to share with you, which is this kind of twisting pose we do. But I really like this entry, so I want to show you how to do this. So just with arms out, palms face up in front. Take right elbow over left, and we want those elbows kind of close together. So right elbow over left. Turn the back of the hands towards each other. This might be your pose right here. And if you can wrap the hands, that's an interesting way to get into the eagle. So we're just going to go up and down. Hello, back of shoulders. I know so many of us hold stress in our shoulders and upper backs. It's a really good one. And then releasing. Good. So try the other way. Palms face up. It's a little different depending on which arm is on top. So left elbow under right. Really get the elbow right on the inside of the other elbow as much as you can. Turn the hands, back of the hands towards each other. That might be the pose right here. Maybe wrapping arms, and in that case, we're just going to let them go up and down. Breathe in. Inviting some space in those upper shoulders, between the shoulder blades, behind the shoulder blades. And then releasing. Oh, good. So, counter pose to that. We'll just open the upper backs and then we're going to open the chest. So grab your yoga tie or a scarf or a long sock or a sweatshirt. We are going to use our tie for the standing yoga mudra pose. So take the tie behind you. It could be a couple of inches of tie between your hands, or it could be out towards shoulder distance. We're rolling the shoulders up and back and down, puffing out the heart, squeezing those wings together. You're naturally going to have a dog back here, an arc in that lower back. Yeah. So spread feet out towards the edges of your mat now. Really leading with the heart on this one. Nice big inhale. Exhale, and we're hinging forward. Dropping head, letting the box of the arms come off the back. You can keep knees soft so that we're not overstretching hamstring. Or you can play with sending tailbone a little further up and head a little further down. Your choice. Good place for the brain drain. Yes. Press into those feet. And slowly uncurl. Come an arm back up and keep this hold on the tie for a moment. Keep the heart open. Keep the shoulders going back and down. And now release. Close your eyes. Feel the after effects for your arms. Might feel like they want to levitate. Nice. And then opening your eyes, if they aren't already. We're going to take feet out a little wider. You can go sideways on your mat if you want. I'm just going to go forward so you can see me here. So toes and knees, take a little test drive. Toes and knees going out in the same direction. Nice big inhale now. Reaching 5-pointed star. This is actually a yoga pose, 5-pointed star, twinkle up there. Really feel like the energy from your solar plexus could shine out through the crown of your head, through your fingertips, through your feet. And then bending knees and elbows, we are coming down, just right down the elevator. This is warrior goddess pose. We need our divine feminine here in this world right now. Nice big inhale. Exhaling down. Go again. Notice what you'd like to reach for. Grace, peace, inspiration, love, whatever it is, you want to bring it down to earth. Manifesting it. One more. Excellent. Turning feet parallel, hands to thighs. Let's take a twist now, looking over one shoulder. Let the other shoulder come in towards the center. And then inhale to center, exhale other way. And go twice more. Hands to the side. Inhaling through the middle, exhaling other way. And then coming back to middle, uncurling. Walking it in and turning forward if you've been sideways on your mat. And just pause for a moment. One hand to belly, one hand to heart. Noticing your presence, your buds, your roses. And releasing. So, even anything that's on your mat, your tie has been there, blocks have been there. And come towards the front of your mat. Let's big inhale up. Exhale over the high bar, upward salute, that back bend. Inhaling up, swan diving forward. Put hands outside the feet. This is also a good place for blocks if you want hands on blocks outside the feet. Take a big stride back with the left leg. So that means keeping weight on the right leg, bending that left knee and stepping way back. So you're in a high runner's lunge. Good, pausing for a moment. Turning that back heel in so you can ground that back foot. And we're going to pinwheel the arms up to our warrior 2 on the horizon. And right over ankle on that front foot. Could we drop shoulders even as arms are out? Good. Steady here. And then pinwheeling arms back to the blocks or the floor, turning on the back wall of that foot. We're going to step forward with that left foot. So take a little pump off the back foot, send hips high, and step forward. Pausing here for a moment. Nice big inhale. Exhale. We're going to take that lunge on the other side. So weight on the left foot and that right knee to send the right leg way back with control. So you get back on the ball of that back foot. And remember, you could be fists on blocks or floor, teepee fingers, all kinds of options there for the hands. Turning the back heel in to ground that back foot. So we're working on stabilizing standing poses here. Inhale and pinwheel the arms up. We're opening towards the long side of our mat. You can gaze over front hand. Sure that front knee is over ankle, so we've got good support there. Dropping shoulders. Breathe in. We have steadiness in our warrior presence, compassion, focus. Good, and then we're going to pinwheel down, turning on the back ball of foot. We're back in that high lunge. Going to spring off that back foot, so take a little pump with the knees and hips high to step forward. Both feet on the earth. Now press into those feet and inhale up. You might like to roll, you might like to gather all the way up to the top. Dropping shoulders into shoulder blades, mountain pose, feeling your steadiness. Going up over the high bar, upward salute. Yes. Inhale up to center. And exhale, prayer palms. You got it. And pause. Noticing the heartbeat, noticing the breath. Beautiful. Nice. And releasing. So we are going to do one more version of Half Moon. And this one's kind of an interesting one because it invites more of the arc through the side and a different base. So what we're going to do, move my blocks out of the way for a moment. If you've had blocks down there, you can move them too. So bring your right foot a little closer to center and send your left leg back. So it's a little kickstand here. Just inner knees are close together. And we've just got that back foot on the floor. So this already is a little bit of a balance, just to feel like, where are we here, right? Got this kickstand side. So now, inhale up. Let the left hand take the right wrist. And it's a side bend to the left. Grounded in those feet. Yes. Inhaling up. Exhaling it down. And walking it out. Oh. And pausing for a moment. So again, sometimes doing something new could feel a little precarious. That's okay. So do we allow ourselves, space to feel foolish, space to not get it right, all of that, or space to be like, wow, that's kind of curious. So other leg, you're going to put most of the weight on left. Inner knees close together, thighs close together. As we do this little kickstand here with this back foot. Knees could be a little soft here, really feeling yourself on the floor. It's almost like a dance move, like we're about to do something ballet here. Good. Nice big inhale up. Feeling your steadiness. Let right hand grab left wrist. Pressing hips left as you tip right. Soft knees. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Let's go to the other side again now that you've got that. So feeling your side bend here. Taking time to get yourself set on the base and then curving on the top. One more round. Take your time. Just exploring. Can we be steady and graceful at the same time? And when you've completed coming back to center, one hand on belly, one hand on heart. Again, noticing your breath, your heartbeat. So good. And releasing. Oh. So I'm going to invite you to come down to the earth, to the mat. Be sure that you all have what you need to feel cozy. If you want to put a layer back on or socks back on, we're going to be doing a couple of floor poses before we do our final relaxation. So come down and bring your tie with you. And we're going to hug in knees. Do a little rocking side to side. Massage the low back now. Maybe it's little circles with the knees or little figure eights with the knees. That would feel really nurturing for your back. Just guiding around here with the knees to create massage for the sacrum and low back. And try other directions. Maybe it's kind of one knee and then the other. See how much of the low back or hips or buttocks you could massage just by creating movement here with the legs. Get curious. And now coming to center. I invite you to grab your tie and put both feet in the tie and take the feet wide. And if you don't have a tie, you can simply hold on to the back of the thighs here to support the legs. We're going out into a big V here with the feet. You can let the hands come down towards the ends of your tie so that the shoulders can relax and the elbows could relax. Once again, we've got that inner thigh stretch, groin stretch. But now in a more passive way, could we really just let gravity assist here? Relaxing the jaw, the tongue, the teeth. Yes, breathing. Just enough of a press with the feet and just enough of support or pull with the hands to allow this to hang in space. Good, and then sliding those legs in. Releasing the tie, hugging those knees in. And now bring your feet to the floor. Knees are still in the air. Flat on your back. Cross a right thigh over left, like we were sitting in a chair with knees close together, thighs close together. Taking arms out at shoulder height now. If you need to move anything, just find a place where arms can be nice and easy out in a T. We're going to let the knees go left. This is going to bring us into a twist. You can let the head go right. Pausing here to breathe. It's going to be a deep unraveling into the whole sciatic chain, lower back, buttocks. But being kind, and if there's too much strain on that outer hip, feel free to prop these legs. Maybe use a block, a pillow, blanket to create a little platform for this upper knee so that there's a little more ease there. We're not wanting to create thorns. Good, nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. And then coming back to center. Keeping the legs just the way they are. So right leg is crossed over left. We're just going to let the knees go right. And the top leg creates a stretch for this bottom hip, front of the hip and thigh, maybe into the psoas. And again, no strain. We're not wanting one leg to bully the other. So if you want support for these legs going to the right, add a little proppage there, whether it's blocks or pillows, so that you can actually relax here. Those knees are going right, head's turning left. What could release through the front half of the belly, the hip, the thigh. This is a good counter pose to a lot of the sitting that we're doing. Leave, make some space in the front of the hip. Good, coming back to center now. uncrossing legs and pause for a moment. Just maybe noticing difference between left and right. And we're going to cross left thigh and left knee over right. Thighs and knees close together on this one. Arms still out by the sides. And we're once again going to go to the right. So it's a little different with the other leg on top. Again, if you want something as a landing pad, create a little structure there with some blocks or pillows. Head turning left rather, away from the knees. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. What could unravel here? Now where to get to. And now coming back to center, but leaving the legs the way they are, maybe recentering the hips just a bit underneath you. And now going the other way. So we're going to let knees drop left as head goes right. And this top leg creates the stretch for the other leg, but we're not wanting to bully. So maybe using props here, maybe creating a little support for the thigh or the knee to land on, so that you could actually relax here. Nice big breath in. Full deep breath out. Particularly noticing the opportunity for opening that right thigh, hip, psoas, front side of the body. Breathing. And now coming back to center. Uncrossing those legs. Let's tuck in those knees one last time. Give one final little rock on the low back. And then stretch those legs out. And if there's any final pose or shape that your body is wanting to complete this practice, feel free to do that. Give yourself permission and space to find completion in movement, and or starting to find your comfort for Shavasana, for a relaxation time. I'm going to encourage you to put on an extra layer, maybe get cozy under a blanket or towel. If you know that you like a little support under your knees, sometimes it's nice to put the two blocks side by side, make a little platform so your knees have support. Or if you have a bolster or two pillows, that can work too. Or legs up the ottoman, legs up the couch. So settling in now for rest. This is really the most important pose of all in yoga, Shavasana, or corpse pose. And of course, this is not morbid. We haven't died. If anything, we allow the ego and the mind and the busyness of the body to settle down. And if anything, we get to attune to the aliveness inside. So where is the breath? Could you imagine all the life force energy, the prana that we've cultivated in this practice? Could you imagine that flowing through the fluids in your body, through the blood, through the synovial fluid, moving into every cell. Can you imagine the buds in your life right now? Maybe they're still tight in the bud. Maybe they're just about to open. What is ready with possibility in your life right now? Possibility for beauty, for joy. Even the smallest thing. And allow an inner smile and appreciation for that bud. Maybe see its color, its shape. Seeing its divine potential, its divine blueprint that is ready to unfold. Breathing into it like you could blow it a kiss, but knowing that it's got to unfold in its own time. There is no rushing. And noticing what is the sunlight, the water in your life. What are those essential nutrients for the well-being of that rose bush? Could we make a little more time for that? Purposely set aside some space for that. Cultivate that. And creating a little pact with yourself today to do something more that nurtures that rose bush. What's the water? What's the sun? What's the soil? The fertilizer? Maybe this yoga class is one of those. And imagining that blueprint of that rose in your heart. You're going to take a big breath in and a full deep breath out. Again, big deep breath in. Oh, deep breath out. And one more. Big breath in. Oh, deep breath out. And let those fingers and toes start to wiggle. Feel the loosening, the wanting to come back into the world. Now with more presence, more peace, more steadiness. Give a yawn, a stretch, a wiggle, a sigh, whatever would feel really fabulous. And eventually bending those knees, rolling yourself over to one side. Just maybe holding yourself in a little fetal position. And then slowly using your hands, pressing your way back up to sit. Finding your comfortable seat. Maybe keeping your eyes closed, staying in your own personal space here. And those shoulders roll up and back and down. Letting the head do a little tip from side to side or a little roll. Just ease through the neck. And let that head find the place right on top of the neck now. It's nice and easy. And putting one hand on belly, one hand on heart. Feeling the warmth of your own touch, your own ability to create self-care for yourself, to nurture yourself. And feel your body come up to meet your hands with the breath. This kind of longing to want to grow, to want to bloom. Beautiful. And Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Oh, thank you for coming.